Hey there, rock and rollers. It's Petey. Today was 02/02/2020. What a day, what a day, what a day. So, oh my goodness, I forgot to have my grapefruit. Can you tell I'm on a diet? Lost 17 pounds already. So, yeah, feeling better, feeling well enough. There's still health challenges. I worked today. I recorded a song. So yeah, the plan was make music in between January and uh, April or May. You know, when the weather gets nice. That's more like live music season. When my wife and I on the weekends will run out to local area and make some music live in a remote area. So I had a little bit of a delay and wasn't feeling so hot. Today I felt up to the challenge. Yesterday, my wife gave me a hand in kind of going through the equipment that I use to record music. Most of it was kind of set up. I mean, I pulled some stuff that I wasn't using out of there, tidied it up, and got everything kind of semi-connected and going. And then today I actually turned it on and gave it to gave it to business. I had picked up this guitar, and I think I uploaded 2 or 3 videos this morning. It was a busy morning. And I had some breakfast, and then my wife left. Had to run to her second job for the day. So I picked this thing up, and I was doing this kind of which is something I've played the second part of that before, probably even when I was a kid. Easy enough little thing, and so I wanted to use. It sounded really good with a clean guitar with spring reverb on this little setup I have over here. And I thought of using what I was hearing in my head was something that's called a rhythm ace, which is a early drum machine that was an add-on for an organ. So if you think of like a Wurlitzer organ, or like the Who used that. Anyway, I garbage picked a rhythm ace years ago, and it works. It's beautiful. We used it in the band on Pigs on the Wing cover. We used that. But it's a really funky sounding drum machine. So I downloaded some software that emulated some older drum machines and played around, got a beat going, put some reverb on there, compressor. It was actually a gated reverb and then a impulse response reverb. So there's 2 reverbs, and it really had kind of an 80s sound with that drum machine and then the gated reverb on it. So yeah, I did the drums and then used the network to throw them over to the studio computer, or the computer that I use when I record music at home, I should say. And then I played the Fernandez Strat. My wife came home. I grabbed one. Her bass has tape wound strings on it. My fingers were feeling tore up. So I did this real funky bass line. I used a Zoom B1, which I've never used that for recording here. I hooked that up and used it, and we'll see how much of that I use. I may switch off and use some different things. Software. On this computer, I've got a Line 6 guitar port. Normally I'll plug the bass into that and use some software, but I figured, you know what, I was in a hurry to get this done simply because the day, it's 02/02/2020. I got to get this song done today. So the bass line, I mean, I was kind of getting like a King Crimson, like an 80s King Crimson kind of vibe. The bass line, I tried to emulate Tony Levin a little bit in my playing, and then with the drum sounds, they used to use like a Simmons electronic drum kit, which is really rudimentary, and that's the type of drum sounds I was using. So it just kind of all of a sudden took on this King Crimson type feel, and then I added an electric guitar part to it, like a dirty. I had some clean like Strat sounds, and then I used a Les Paul, a 59 model, and then I chopped that off the beginning, the first verse, and then when the song kind of starts over again after going for a while, I did that again, chopped that out of there. So then on the other tracks, I brought the volume up a little bit because the dirty guitar was gone, and then I would brought the clean guitar and the other accompaniments. I had a nylon string guitar model. I had a banjo model, and I had a echo pad, which was much more like a synthesizer sounding pad than a guitar. So I did some dual lead work on this where I do harmony, and then I did some sporadic, like where one scale goes up and the other scale goes down, and then some really much more random playing, which isn't really so random. I played a lead solo and reversed that, completely flipped it around at the end. Because it starts off clean, and then the dirty guitar kicks in, which is riding on top of the bass. It's dueling up what the bass does. And then it breaks off and kind of does a melody for the chorus part of the song. And then that melody turns into these scales that kind of go opposite ways. And then the song starts over, and we have just the clean guitars. And then, again, the electric heavy wound up, there's two of them, panned hard, come in, following the bass, then they start doing melodic stuff, scales that fit in with higher register, but the main melody of the song and the beat part. And then those stop, and two much less distortion tracks of they were humbucker. I think it was a Les Paul, but it was a different sound, cleaner sound, reversed. And then to go along with that, I panned those hard. I think the other stuff was panned at like 70, 67. I had panned, and then 79 or 80. Another set panned like that. But these solo guitars are panned hard, and there's one that's reversed and the other one kind of harmonies with the reverse guitar and does some scaling and tries to it's random, but it kind of plays in key, and that's, I mean, flipping something around backwards, you're just, I did 4 takes, and the 4th one seemed good. So, the crazy randomized guitar solos at the end, and that stopped giving you one go through on the main riff, and that stops, then it starts back up again and just gives you an outro for the drums. And I did a 3-note scale on that goes along with the main motif, using the same tone that I used for the reverse guitar, but forwards for the end. And then I had to kind of I'm using this thing called the Moore Ocean Machine, which is a reverb dual delay. So I had to really wait a long time for that to finish fading out. And then getting all those fades, having the end really sound like it made sense, the ending, was kind of goofy. I had that banjo part ended up being really loud, the fade, and I liked it, but it was overpowering, so I had to lower that volume quite a bit, and then I ended up trimming some stuff and making it short and end quickly, and then I didn't like that, so that what I did was selectively used what I really liked to continue and kind of drone on for about 3 seconds very quietly, because the song ends, but there's these reverb tails, this real quiet, the last note of the song that you hear. So it's interesting little thing that I did with that. I don't think this is going to be the first song. Usually I will do a test day and kind of get into the groove of it, and the mix is bad. The mix was trebly. I didn't master it, but yeah, I've got to go back. It was trebly and it was bassy. So this tells me that those headphones are really not the ones to be using. I wish I had the Xbox 360 ones that I had. I think those really, when I mixed on those, it seemed like playing it back on speakers was right there. Interestingly enough, I tried putting the Grado. I got these Grado headphones. I put those on, and the mix was terrible. It was super trebly and way too much reverb and echo, because it reveals the detail. So maybe I will try tracking with that and mixing as I go along and see what I come up with. Is that what I want to use? I don't know. I like to be able to typically, when I do the first mix, it's not like, whoa, that needs work. Typically it's just adjust a couple things. Typically it'll be, a little bit with the bass. Maybe the bass is too loud. But this seemed kind of like almost telephony, like some of the guitars seemed tinny. And the EQ was actually in play, so I'll work it out. The mix is the mix is the mix. And you know what? If one of the tunes has a funky telephony sounding guitars on the mix, who cares? Alright, you guys. I'm excited because I'm starting the process of recording. It'll be the 4th album, if you count the last one as a double. Really the 3rd that I'm doing here in the living room. So this looks like it's going to be a tradition. So good thoughts, good words, good deeds. That's what I try to keep my focus on when I'm making a YouTube video, and I want to try to keep that in real life as well. Alright, you guys, I hope you're excited about hearing the new music. I'm excited about making it. This one was really fun. It really was fun. I had a ball doing it, and I am beat. I need to eat something and sleep. Peace.